Okay, everybody, today I'm going to assemble update 38, which you'll find to be quite a compilation of a bunch of junk. But I will talk to you at the end of this a little bit. But anyway, I've been up to a lot of things and I haven't been up to a lot of things, and you'll see why. And let's just go ahead and get on with this one and see what you think. It's going to be a weird mix match of things because of circumstances. But let's get on with it. Okay, everybody, here we are back out in the winter wonderland. Not much been happening here. This video is, I think, the first one I'm doing since, I believe, 37. I told you I didn't feel good at that point. Robin and I both have COVID. I'm on the tail end of it, and she's about 2 days behind me. So, don't know where I got it. Don't know how I got it. But I got some more to tell you, and I'll tell you after I make this little video here. And here she comes. Going into the yard. And of course my cars are hitting that little plastic bag, but it's not doing anything. It's making the loop. And out the other end. Now, I'll just take a couple pictures of it as it goes around the layout here. I won't bore you with a bunch of that. Okay, everybody, here I am again. I'm going to start taking videos here, and I'm going to start doing some more work out here, but the reason I haven't gotten anything done, with the exception of the video that I'm going to show you, is Robin and I both have COVID. How that happened, I got no idea. I went to the club last Wednesday, nobody there was sick. I haven't gone anyplace else except maybe the grocery store or something, so I had to have gotten it somewhere along the way there. I haven't been in contact with anybody. Unfortunately, as you guys know from the video I did last week, I wasn't feeling too great the end of last week, and the unfortunate thing is that Gavin came over here on Saturday, and then yesterday he had a really bad day. As you may or may not know, he has a Toyota Tundra pickup truck. It's a pickup truck that Robin and I bought to a camp trailer. It had the small V8 and it wasn't sufficient. We wound up giving that truck to my son. When Gavin got in the accident that totaled out his little Honda that he had bought, it was not the accident was not his fault. But when that accident happened, his dad gave him that truck, and we helped his dad buy a new truck. Newer truck, not a new truck, but a newer truck. So Gavin's the third generational owner of that truck. Anyway, to get to the point of the story is he was not feeling too good yesterday, so he stayed home from school. He's in student government. He had to take some things to school for student government, so he left the house, drove up to the school. On the way back, he got to an intersection over here. He had the green light. He went 3/4 of the way through the intersection and was broadsided by a guy. I don't know how old of a guy, but I would say in the 30s. I'm just guessing, in a Mitsubishi Eclipse. And the lucky part of it was that the guy admitted that he blew the red light, and he admitted to the cops he blew the red light. And I guess Gavin was all upset. He loves his truck. He knows where he got it. It's kind of his pride and joy. Anyways, we don't think it did. I have not seen the truck with the exception of the pictures I will show you. But we think it can be fixed pretty easily. And that's probably what's going to happen. But anyway, he was not hurt. The guy in the little car was not hurt. However, it looks to me like we can fix his truck pretty easily, as I said. But you'll see in the picture, the other guy's car was totaled. The little Mitsubishi didn't fare too good. But anyway, so he was pretty upset about that, and he went on, after they got that all sorted out, he went on home. He didn't feel too good. Chris gave him a COVID test, and he had COVID. He obviously picked it up from me on Saturday. So he has got a broken truck, he's sick, we're sick. I'm at the tail end of it, I believe. I still am congested. I still have a little bit of a sore throat. It hasn't been too awful bad. I just haven't slept very well. But that being said, it just wasn't a good day in Black Rock yesterday. But anyways, that's why I haven't been out here working on this. I just haven't felt up to it. I barely felt up to it when I did when I talked to you guys on the last video. But anyway, without making this extremely long, that's what's been going on. And I just got done making a video, which will come on after I get to do this talking to you in this video. I have made a track change up here. I haven't got all the bugs worked out of it yet. I'm thinking maybe tomorrow I can get out here and either mess with that, or I can start doing some more rock coloring or something. I'm hoping I can get out here and do something. But it's kind of whipped our rear ends. We've still been able to pack orders and conduct businesses as usual. But that's the scoop with the layout. And you know, I mean, I would appreciate all the well wishes and things, but please don't start bombarding us with phone calls and stuff. We wanted to try and avoid that. And well wishes are certainly welcome, but we're okay. Okay, so it's just a little bit. It's a little bit depressing to just have to sit around the house and not be able to do nothing. You know, I guess that's what it's all about, and not go out in public and do all that stuff. And now I feel bad that Gavin has it. It ruined. I was supposed to get a Lupron shot for cancer today. That had to be moved out to December 1st because I had tested positive. We were going to Bisbee. That trip was canceled because we're positive. I thought if I was well enough, and Gavin did not get COVID. I didn't know he was going to get it, but if he hadn't gotten it, I would nearly be over it. And we were going to try and go up to Rails Along the Rio Grande in Albuquerque, the train show there. Looks like that's out of the question. So basically all the plans we had for this weekend and this time frame are just out the window. But anyway, without harping on that, and I'll post those pictures, by the way, of Gavin's truck and the car, the other guy's car, but it looks like he's going to come out of that being able to get his truck fixed and so forth. And it's nice to know that there is some honest people in the world. You know, the guy admitting that he ran the red light and so forth, and I have to admire him for that. So that's it, and we'll get on with this and see if I get a couple more videos put together, and we'll try and put a 38 out. Okay, everybody. Um, I did some work over here I'm not proud of, but we'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, you can see that I continued putting my color code on. And if I stand, well, if I stand way back here, or as far back as I can stand, that's pretty much what we have going around right now. And I'll take you around here and show you. It looks pretty light in the recording, but it looks a little bit more brown, quite a bit more brown actually, when you're here looking at it in person. So there you go. There's some color. Okay, I believe that I showed you guys I was going to put in this double cross over here so I could reverse the direction on my passenger train and get trains in and out of the yard by using that yard runaround track there. But I must be incredibly stupid because I cannot figure out how to get it to, how I can do it and use an AR1. It just hasn't clicked to me, but every time, of course, I've wired it several different ways down below here. I've wired it with two AR1s. I've wired the outside tracks. I've wired the inside tracks separately. I've wired the left side, the right side separately, and I can't get a combo that works. The locos go across and it shorts. I've gapped the track right there, the through rail. That doesn't do anything. I don't know, whatever it is, it's just not coming into my head. And when it doesn't come into my head and I can't get it to work, usually that means I don't use it. So I will probably wind up taking that out of there. Robin keeps telling me that I just need to be persistent at it, but I'm really not into putting 4,000 different feeders in and moving insulated joiners all over the place and trying to get this thing to work, get that to work. So that's when I packed that all in and started doing some more coloring of scenery. So that's where we are today. I'm still feeling a little bit puny, a little bit better, but a little bit puny. Robin's about halfway through it, and she seems to be doing remarkably well. But I'm pretty sure that she's the kind of person that you could hit her hand with a sledgehammer and she'd say that doesn't hurt, you know. So it's hard to know whether she feels good or does not feel good. But anyway, that's where we are. That's it for today. Okay, gang. I painted some rocks and I've added some weathering to it. Splashed on some thin black, mixed a couple colors in, made some greenish tones. This is still wet here. Washed it down. Now mind you, no ground cover on here yet. And you can actually see that it's starting to take color. So far I'm really liking it. I think that the rocks, if you look at the rocks right over there, they blend in good with the rocks on the backdrop. And once some green foliage goes in there, and once I get the tunnel portals painted, and once I get that cribbing painted, and I think it's going to really come along. Anyway, liking it so far. Let me back up. It's turning into something. Okay, gang, I got the fourth shelf put up there so I could spread out my cars a little bit. I just got this the other day. It's a Jim Hall, who is the inventor of all these cars. But not that one. That is a Maserati that he drove in 1961. Hence the 66 number. So anyway, I got that and I got the shelf put up there and I was able to spread some things out a little bit. As you can see, and I think I covered it in a previous video, I have a lot of the rocks in. I'm going to dry brush these rocks real quick and then I'll come back and show you more. Okay, gang. You can see how just putting a little white dry brush on the rocks highlights the texture of the rocks, and then when the scenery goes on, they just look bizarre in my opinion. But you can see, I'll show you one over here that really, I think really looks good. They all look good, but I think this one in particular really looks good. That one there. Now, if you do this and they wind up being too light, and I know these look light on this camera, but not in person, and we always say that about cameras, but it's true. But if you get one of these and you do it too light, or you think it looks too light, then you can always go back and mix a wash of whatever color the rock is, or a little pale black. I would mix a little white with a little black and make it a little grayish black, and then just really thin it out and just run it back over the rock, and you will see that it will go in the cracks and crevices and really make the rocks stand out. I've already used the black wash on here. I think I said that in the other video. But now you get the idea. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera around here, but I got to move some stuff first so you can see. Okay, if you remember, I ended up right about over here. Last night I started going around this way, and you can see how the foreground starts to lighten up and turn a little more orangish, as does the backdrop. And when you get over here, you can see how light the ground turns in relation to the backdrop. And I had to stop right there. I would have loved to have kept on going, but when I moved this track back here, I had some overhang and I had to cut some scenery behind the back track, and so I had to fill all that in. And I came back today and I put plaster in all around the bridge stanchions, and I did all the way back into the corner over there, did all the way around the front of the mesa, and went all the way down to there behind the maintenance away caboose. That's where I stopped, simply because I ran out of plaster, and I'm still not sure, but I'm gonna make some changes right down there. Not exactly sure what those changes will be, but something to extend the city out this way a little bit. Like I say, a trailer park is what I have in mind, but I think I'm going to raise it up about an inch or so and just set it in there like I'm going to do on the other side over there. But anyway, if I come back over here and I swing you guys around like a madman, you can see how the colors simply go around the corner and start matching the backdrop. And they will continue to go down this way until they redarken in a little bit of reddish color down at this end. You get the idea. Okay, everybody, as you can see, we've had quite an eventful week, a little more than a week. As you can hear, I'm still congested. I'm very prone to getting sinus infections, and while I think I'm done with the COVID, I haven't retested, but while I think I'm done with it, I think I have a residual sinus infection, and every time that happens to me, I wind up getting all of my teeth hurting over here on this side. And I'm trying to shake that now. You know, if it isn't one thing, it's another. We're not getting any, well, all of us are not getting any younger, but some of us are not getting any younger a lot faster than some of the younger guys are not getting younger, but you get what I mean. I hope you have enjoyed what I've gotten done in the limited amount of time that I've come out here and worked on it. I am getting up the energy to come out here and work on it a little more. In fact, I will probably be out here this afternoon starting some videos for video 39. And, I really would appreciate it if you just didn't bombard us with, we appreciate well wishes for the COVID thing, but we're both doing fine. She's doing a little better than I am. Hers is clearing up very quickly. Mine cleared up, and I think I'm over the COVID part of it. I don't have aches and pains and all that stuff. It's just this, the sinus thing going on. Nothing I can do about that. Well, there is something I can do about it, but I haven't started doing it yet. But anyways, I sure do appreciate you guys hanging out here, and I know that there's a bunch of well wishes, and I would just like to say a blanket thank you for all the well wishes that everybody is intending to place or whatever. But we're good. We're good. The dogs are good. We're good. Gavin is good, as you heard. He is not over his COVID yet, but he bounced back pretty darn quickly, so I don't know when they're going to retest him and find out what's going on. I plan on retesting sometime this weekend to see if I'm done, and we'll probably retest Robin to see if she's done with this pain in the neck. That being said, I sure appreciate y'all you guys following the videos and clicking on the advertising and doing what you can to help us make a little bit of cash on this. Well, I'll save what I was going to tell you for another video, but it involves Lisa. But, and no, we're not getting rid of Lisa or anything. It's another upgrade. But we'll leave that for video 39 possibly. Anyway, as you can see, I'm still out here having fun, and we're still hanging in there. She's cooking some things up for next weekend, for this coming weekend for Thanksgiving today, and I'm just hanging out and helping her however I can. So, as usual, I'm rambling on, but also as usual, thanks for watching, guys.